Hello buddies, how are you doing? Welcome to my channel. Here is a series of videos to think about some catch-ups that appear in technical job interviews and how to solve it. But first, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do it!
Just do it!
And if you like the contents of the video, you could give that a like. It helps me a lot and don't cost a penny to make me happy and to make more videos like this one, where I unravel these problems that appears in tests using some logical and mathematical thinking in Python language. So let's do it.
Just do it!
This problem was labeled as easy.
Given a list of numbers and a number k, return when any two numbers in the list added result in k. For example, given the list 10, 15, 3, 7 and k equals to 17, returns true. So 10 plus 7 equals to 17.
Well, it may seem this problem is very easy, but there is some tricks in this code. Let's work on it. First, I think we should start on defining some test case to make it more understandable for us. We should make a list variable that has a list of fixed numbers. I set those numbers randomly and choose two numbers for this list to verify if these test cases are working. Test case 1. List of random numbers and the number k equals to 39. I choose this case to start because it can give some view about a positive result. I started with a function called checkList that does exactly this. Check the list that was passed by parameter to verify if a sum in the list results in k. I decided to make this method recursible because we could share the same logic between all the items inside the list. The logic consists in take the first item in the list and sum with the next. If it matches k, returns true. Otherwise, it calls the function itself and passes the same number k and the same list, but starting at the next item. Then, recursively, the sum k is found or the list gets its end. To achieve this goal, let's implement checkList function like this. Checklist gets a list of number k as parameters. Every recursible method has to be a stop condition to avoid infinite loops. So we can get right on this. If the length of the list is minor or equals than 1, it returns false and leaves recursing. Next, we set a for loop looking at the index of list, starting on the second element, or index equals to 1. Remembering that Python is a zero-based index. The first index of a list is always 0. Then it checks if the first item plus the current item of the list is equals to k. When it's true, returns true. You might be asking why he doesn't put a returning directly on the condition here. But you must remind that the logic must go forward if the sum was not equal to k. And it calls checklist again, recursively, until it gets the end of the list whose return false at the first condition inside the function. Well, let's test it. With this test case, when a list of random numbers is passed and k equals to 39, it should return true. Let's run and pass it with true. Now let's do some more test cases. In this test, I will take the same list of random numbers, but giving k with a value that doesn't belong to the sum of any list items. Let's say 238. And it passed with false. Now, a test case takes a list of only one item in it, and the number k equals to 4. That's the same number within the list. And it passed with false. Why? Because the definition of the exercise says return when any two numbers added result in k. If the list has only one number, it does not satisfy the rules, so it must return false. Last but not least, let's check the function with an empty list. Respecting the same principle, it should return false. And let's see. And it's passed with false. Well, this first exercise shows how we can do a simply recursive function with Python. In the next episodes, we'll dive more deeply into some more difficult issues. If you do not agree with my approach, leave a comment. If you do, leave a comment too. I'll read all comments. Don't forget to give a like and to subscribe to my channel. Till the next one.